This is Alan Wagner, welcoming you back to Living Opera. Our guest this morning is the distinguished American baritone Leonard Warren, star of the Metropolitan Opera Company. Mr. Warren, I understand that you're going to Russia this spring. What are the roles that you'll be doing there?
Well, I'm doing Rigoletto in Moscow and Kiev.
Well, this role has become particularly identified with you in your history at the Metropolitan and elsewhere in the world. Could you tell us something about this role? How do you view the character Rigoletto? What sort of man is he? What is his relationship to the other people?
Well, I feel that Rigoletto is a man. He's a hunchback. He hates the courtiers because he's not. He thinks that they should have hunches. He hates the Duke because he's the Duke. The only thing that he likes and cherishes is his love for his daughter. And of course, if you've seen me in the role,
Very often.
you see that it's a great fatherly love. And of course, it's so complicated. I mean, I couldn't possibly do it in such a short time to give you a complete resume. But he's quite a nasty man when he's in court, and a loving father when he's with his child.
One of the roles you're going to be doing next season at the Metropolitan is Macbeth, in Verdi's Macbeth, opposite Miss Callas's Lady Macbeth. This completes the triumvirate for you, I think. all three Shakespearean Verdi characters.
I don't think anybody becomes complete in any kind of profession.
Very well put.
But I feel as though there's a great challenge for me in this part because it is Macbeth. He is a character of great complications, and a man who is one thing one way, and then all of a sudden you find that he is not so bad in another way. So you have a very difficult role to portray.
I see. Well, what relationship do you find in your studying for this part between Lady Macbeth on the one hand and Macbeth on the other? Who is the dominating character and why?
Now, of course, he is a warrior. And at the beginning, in the first act, of course, you know his strength, that he is a great warrior and a great man who won battles and all that, of course.
Yes.
But as the play progresses, you find out his weaknesses. And then all of a sudden, he begins to believe how strong he is from this tremendous power of this woman who wants things. Of course, he wants it too, but you find that she becomes weaker and weaker. And at the end, he even says, what a stupid woman she is.
Very interesting. Now, these three characters, Iago, Falstaff, and Macbeth, are three marvelous roles, and I've seen your Iago a number of times and your Falstaff. These are wonderful interpretations. How do you, as an artist, approach these parts? Through the music first, through Shakespeare first?
Well, first I read the story. Sometimes I can even I do the play. I mean, for Macbeth, I'm studying the play now, and of course I've already broken the back of the music. So that the play and the music become one. And of course, when people say, it's wonderful to be a baritone, to be able to do Shakespeare's Macbeth, but let's figure this out. Shakespeare, well, it's bad enough to be able to do Shakespeare. I mean, you have to have enough knowledge to be even a Shakespearean actor.
If I can, let's
But then to add the music to it, and especially Verdi's music, well, you have to be a little bit more informed, as I would call it.
How about the Metropolitan next season? Aside from Macbeth,
well, they're keeping me out of mischief down there.
I can well believe it.
Well, everything seems to be going very well. Rigoletto is coming back. Ballerina Maschera is coming back. And
some of your greatest roles.
Yes, and of course Macbeth.
This is efficient right there.
Well, that'll happen at the latter part of the season.
Macbeth will.
Yes. I'm thankful for that. And oh yes, Pagliacci is going to come back with a new facelifting.
Are you going to? You're going to be the Tonio?
Yes.
I see. I understand. Delmonico is going to be Canio. But
That's right. Yeah. That seems to be very. Of course, we're going to have a wonderful stage director, Quintero, who's on Broadway doing these famous plays.
That's a question you've just brought up now, which is very interesting. What effect does a stage director have on the interpretation that you, as a first-line artist, have for a role? What effect, for example, would Quintero have on your Tonio, do you think? Or would any named director have on a great artist's interpretation?
Well, I think that when the preliminary talks are had at the Opera House, usually we see eye to eye even before the performance or even the rehearsals start.
I see.
And we're all, as far as I'm concerned, I'm always looking for something new. And if there is something new, I'm always happy to do it.
If I may say so, I've noticed this in your development as an artist over the past number of years, how you've grown in these roles to this immense stature you now enjoy.
Well, it's. I feel like all professions, I mean, even a doctor, if he didn't go back for a postgraduate course at some hospital or college, that he wouldn't even know about penicillin.
Well, here. I wish more artists would have your point of view. Mr. Warren, here in America, is the American artist perhaps being slighted because he is an American, because he doesn't have the glamour of an Italian name or a German name? Or, on the other hand, is perhaps the foreign artist being slighted here because he's not an American? How does the situation stand now?
Well, I believe that for the first time we're beginning to see that there are great artists in America. Maybe we're too hasty in passing judgment on young singers. I think we're too quick in passing judgment and saying, well, hey, he's all right. He's all right.
He's okay for an
yes,
American.
Yeah, just, he's all right, yeah. And of course, in all professions, I hate to say this, but in all professions, I feel that there's something very, very serious going on as far as the quality is concerned. That is reporting, that is music, that's all the professions, and that is the snake of mediocrity. And every time something happens that people just listen to, and the next day they'll say, well, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, no, he was no good, or he was just passable, they'll say, well, he's all right, and it'll pass. Unprepared artists come and just pass through, and then they think that the world owes them a living. Of course, believe me, I'm not trying to sell anybody down the river. I'm not trying to be a prude about this thing. It's a God-given gift. You must deserve such a gift, and you must work hard to be able to give this gift and give this gift an even chance to become a great gift.
Mr. Warren, thank you for being with us this morning, and may I say again that your career has been a vindication of the place of the American artist in operatic history.
And thank you very much for having me.